Okay, so I just got back from my second shot from the, oh, I took the thing off already, from the second Pfizer shot. Well, I didn't just get back, but I ran some errands, but it's been about 2 hours and I feel totally fine. I've been moving my arm more than last time, so that doesn't hurt like then, but feeling fine so far. So just wanted to give you guys an update. I did my first shot like after 24 hours, so probably do the same thing today, and I'll film till like around this time tomorrow and see if I have any kind of, you know, reaction. But so far so good, and I'm hoping not to get anything because my dad got this one. He didn't have any reaction, but as I said in my last video, women and younger people are more likely to have a reaction. And I also linked a article if you're interested in hearing more about it, so I'll check back. Hey, sorry for the quality. I'm about to go to bed and I just didn't want to forget to check in with you. I had a pretty busy day today, so sorry my lips look white. It's the lip balm I use at night, whatever. But I wanted to check in with you guys and let you know how I'm feeling after the second Pfizer shot. I mentioned a lot of stuff in my first shot video, so if you want to watch that and you haven't, I'll link it below. I talked a lot about like the science and like the importance of it and everything. So this is just kind of like my experience to let some of you know, like ease into it, I don't know. But yeah, so I had my second shot at 2 p.m. It's now 1 a.m. Sorry if you can hear the cats playing. I gave them this little food ball, not that you care. But anyway, so my arm is a little bit sore. It wasn't really sore until around 9 p.m., which was pretty good. Last time it was sore pretty like maybe like a couple hours later. So it's not too bad. Like I'm trying to move it as much as I can and stuff. It mostly hurts when I like bring it back or up to eye, but it's really not bad at all. It's like a minor soreness. There's no like bruise or anything like that. I feel pretty fine. I took a nap earlier. I was really tired, but like that's partly just me probably. And oddly, my nose was running a lot earlier, but I don't think that had anything to do with the shot. I haven't been able to take my nasal allergy spray recently because my nose has been bleeding, and you're supposed to take time off if that happens. So it's probably just my allergies because it's been so nice and I've been outside and, you know, had the windows open. So that's probably that. Exciting news. My boyfriend actually got his shot today too, but he got the Johnson & Johnson, so he just has one shot to do. And there's information about that too, which I'll leave below if I remember, because that one does work a bit differently. But so far he's feeling great too. I think I spoke to him a couple hours ago and he said his arm was starting to hurt a little bit too, but so far so good. When my mom did get the Moderna though, her second shot, the next morning after she got it, she woke up to get ready to go to work, and like right before leaving the house she felt terrible and she had like body aches, fever, all that, and it lasted for like 20 hours, and it went away and she felt fine the next day. So tomorrow kind of will be the test, I guess. Once I get up tomorrow, start moving around, I have a lot of things to do tomorrow, so I'm like fingers crossed hoping that, you know, I'm totally feeling fine. My boyfriend's also supposed to come over tomorrow, and we're supposed to be looking at an open house on Saturday, which is exciting. We're not moving, so I don't want to get you guys all excited or anything. We're not moving in together until next year, so 2022 April. So we're just like looking, we want to look at some open houses, get like a feel for what's out there. We're just like, you know, we're taking our time trying to like get into the, you know, the nitty-gritty of it, because it's obviously a very difficult process. But so that's exciting. But hopefully, you know, we both feel good. It's just great that we both got it on the same day, because now we'll both be fully vaccinated on the same day. So it takes 2 weeks from the day you're get your second dose, or the, you know, the Johnson & Johnson one. So literally 2 weeks from, I guess, yesterday, we'll both be 100% vaccinated. And I think his parents are vaccinated, my parents are vaccinated. So it's just gonna be like a big relief off of my back. My brother also is now fully vaccinated. Well, will be in 2 weeks since he went with me today. My older brother is, my sister will be next week. And it's just like, it's great. If you have the opportunity, totally take it. I'm pretty sure in a couple of weeks it's gonna be like all Americans that are adults. So I would totally recommend it. Like, unless you're actually allergic to the ingredients, like I would really recommend it. Like, there's really no reason not to if you do the real research. Like, it's not harming people. So I just don't really see the reason not to get it. And as of right now, it's saying that the effectiveness is at least 6 months, but it'll probably be extended because they've only been testing for that long. You know what I mean? There's no one that's been like, oh, they've gotten it after 6 months of you know what I mean? Like, they're saying as of right now it's effective for 6 months, but that could be a year and a half, 2 years. So that's the, you know, stuff right now. I trust the scientists, to be honest. I trust the scientists more than a lot of other people. And yeah, I think if you're getting your research from the right places, you can trust it. And I feel like it's smart. Get it it'll help everyone, the collective, and it'll help you. And honestly, I think that it's good that they're doing travel restrictions for people who haven't gotten it. And, you know, I don't think that people should be punished necessarily for not having it. Like, you should get a fine or whatever, but, like, I can see why they wouldn't want someone in a school or, like, a place where you're in close proximity if you haven't gotten it. Like, I understand that, and I think it's kind of reasonable, because you don't want to take that risk, and I think that that makes sense. I do wish that there was a better way to do it. You know, everyone gets $20 if they get the vaccine. Like, I just think that would be better. Obviously, that's not something that happens in our government, but I was talking to my dad today when we were in the car, and I said something like, you know, it's almost like littering. People do it all the time, even though there's like a $200 fine for it, right? But on the days where there's like a free slushie at 7-Eleven, you know how long that line is? You know how fast they sell out of those slushies? Like, if they said, you know, everyone gets a free Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee or something, or like a $10 Starbucks gift card, if they go and get the vaccine, like, you know, people would be out their asses, get out there getting that shot. So, just an idea, in case anyone from the government is watching this. I don't know, I think it's important to get vaccinated. I'm super pro-vaccine, and I just think it's so important, and if you're not getting it, just do it. Like, just do it. There's honestly, even though, so when I go, and this is what I want to mention too, when I went for my first shot, I had a really nice lady, and she talked to me a lot, because they have to kind of go through your medical history. Like, do you have any kind of issues? Are you breastfeeding? Are you pregnant? You know, do you have a bleeding problem? Like, a lot of different things, I guess, that, like, the things that they know you shouldn't get the vaccine, or, you know, if it's a certain situation, whatever. And so I have a lot of allergies, like a lot. And I've talked about them recently, and I do have allergies to certain medicines. So when I got the shot, although I'm not allergic to anything that's in the vaccine, they still wanted to put me on high risk. So that means when you get the vaccine, I don't know if they do this at every place, I'm assuming they do, they watch you for 15 minutes. So you kind of just sit in this room 6 feet apart from everyone, and there's like an EMT there, and they just kind of hang out, and they're like, okay, your time's up, you can go, as long as you're feeling fine. Most people, it's 15 minutes. For my brother, it was 15 minutes. But my sister and me both have a lot of allergies to medicine. So we both had to wait 30 minutes. So like today, I was done with my shot before my brother. I was sitting down, he came in like a minute later, and he got to go out and leave while I was still waiting another 15 minutes. So that's kind of how they check. Like, if you're gonna have an allergic reaction, it's usually gonna happen faster than, you know, when you go home and lay down and stuff like that. That's when you get the reaction, not the allergic reaction, if that makes sense. Like, that's when you get the side effects that they're calling them, you know, fatigue, soreness, muscle soreness, and those things are normal and fine, and they're not cause for concern. They actually mean that your body is working well and doing the right thing. And people, I know a lot of people have like argued that, saying like, so if you don't have any side effects, it's not working. No, that's not the case. The science is that people who don't have a reaction, it's working for them too, but their immune system might be already running at a certain rate. And for people whose immune system isn't usually running like that, this is kind of like an overdrive, so your body's doing something it's not normally doing, and that's why it's behaving that way. It's saying, okay, we need to sit down and relax, and we're sore and tired because we're over, like, in overhyping gear, like trying to, you know, prevent you from getting this disease now. So that's kind of what that's about. I've also mentioned how women and younger people tend to have more of these side effects. Because something with women, I can't remember what it was, I'm not a scientist, but it said something about women's hormones have a different way of interacting. But that's most vaccines, and not just the COVID vaccine, but like most vaccines, flu, all that stuff. Women tend to have more like symptoms afterwards, and then also younger people. And the reason for that is that a lot of elderly people they have like a immunity that's like kind of always going and fighting things off, but younger people tend to like not be doing that. So when your immunity is getting this vaccine, it's kind of overdoing it, and that's why you get those symptoms, like I said. So that's kind of how I understand it from the articles I read that are scientifically backed. So like, I would try to leave those below if I remember. If not, they are linked below in my last video for the first dose. So I will link to that if I remember to. If not, it's all on my channel. You can hear the train. Anyway, I wanted to check in with you guys before I went to bed. Didn't mean to talk this long, it's almost in 10 minutes, yikes. But I will check in tomorrow morning, and I guess up until like 24 hours after, see what's going on, let you know what the good stuff is. But if you do the research, I read an article today actually that said Pfizer is having fewer like symptoms than Moderna. Like, the percentage of people having body aches, fever, headache, you know, whatever, is just a bit less with the Pfizer, which is what I've heard from people as well, not just in articles. Someone wants to say hello or not. Baby. But yeah, so that's what I've heard. But do your own research, obviously, you know, do what feels comfortable to you, but I think it's better. Like, honestly, I've heard people say, like, I don't want to, I've heard people getting, like, a really high fever from the vaccine. Like, have you? Like, what people? Like, where are you hearing that from? Like, are you hearing that from a random dude on the street? Or are you hearing that, like, from some random person on Facebook? Or are you hearing that from doctors and scientists? Because there's a difference. It's gossip. Like, that's not what you want to listen to, you know what I mean? Also, I do know people have had fevers. Like, my mom's fever was, like, over 102, but it's for 24 hours. I'd rather be feeling terrible for 24 hours and know that I'm safe from COVID and also not be able to give it to other people without having symptoms myself, because that was a big fear for me. That is, like, if I get it and I don't know that I have it, I could give it to one of my parents and, like, I would never forgive myself, you know what I mean? So there's that as well. Like, I'd rather be sick and feel terrible for 24 hours than get COVID. Right? That makes sense. Yeah. So sorry about the rant, but I'll check in tomorrow. Good night. It's about 4:45 a.m. and I just woke up and I'm not feeling great. It could just be because I woke up after 2.5 hours of sleep. But I feel a little bit nauseous and I have a headache. My arm definitely hurts more. But I just wanted to check in before I forgot, and then maybe I'll see how I feel in the morning. Might actually get up, but right now I'm not feeling great, but it's not totally in the realm of possibility that it's just because I'm so tired, so we'll see. Ignore how I look, but it's actually 12:30 the next day, and I really had a hard time sleeping, and I have a really bad headache. That seems to be what the main part is for me, is the headache. And my boyfriend actually texted me this morning and he doesn't feel good at all. Him, his brother's girlfriend, everyone who got it together at the same time, they felt good last night at like midnight, and then they all woke up today not feeling good. But theirs is more like body aches. So I'm probably not gonna see him tonight. Which is okay. I have a lot of stuff to do. Maybe we'll see each other tomorrow if we're both up to it. But I'm not feeling terrible. It's more of like a headache. And that's like, I don't have body aches except for my arm. It's really hurting. But yeah, that's it's almost been 24 hours. So I got it at 2 p.m. yesterday. It's now 12:30 today. So yeah, we'll see how I'm doing for the rest of the day. Okay, so I wanted to just do one final check-in since now it's been almost exactly 24 hours since I got it. I feel okay. I have like a minor headache now. It's not as bad as it was. Yeah, I don't really know. But I definitely feel better than I did last night. I mean, honestly, all that could have not have anything to do with the shot. So honestly, I feel like everyone I've known who's gotten the Pfizer has had definitely less symptoms and stuff. So yeah, my boyfriend, now that it's about 2 p.m, he told me he's feeling a bit better. He's still achy and like just like muscle soreness, but it doesn't seem like too severe. He doesn't have a fever or anything. So yeah, so I'm kind of like giving you an update of like the Pfizer and the Johnson & Johnson. But yeah, I think the Moderna still, from the articles I've read, had the most like symptoms. That just seems to be the case. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here, and I'm feeling okay. So just wanted to let you guys know in case you were curious about my experience. Obviously, it's gonna be different for everyone, but just get it. Just get it. Seriously, just get it.